Morning, everybody. Welcome to LockPod. You're listening to the Midwest's most dangerous podcast, coming to you live from the NECA IBEW Power Indiana Lake County Studios and the Smith Sursick Law Firm.
Halfway to 10 episodes.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Season 13, episode 5.
What do we do? We're 1/5 of the way done.
Time flies.
Yeah. I mean, that means by episode 24, we should be right around Thanksgiving. So it gives you a gauge on how close to Thanksgiving.
And how long you have to listen to us.
You don't have to listen to us.
We appreciate you listening to us. How about that?
Yeah.
Well, good morning.
They got Diddy, dude.
Oh, we're jumping right into that.
We don't know anything.
Diddler.
We just know the Diddler.
They got the Diddler.
That is a bad name.
Yeah.
They should have thought about that.
Can I ask a couple of background
He
questions
has
on this?
changed his name like 4 times.
Yeah.
Puff Daddy.
P. Diddley.
True.
Diddy.
Just a couple of review background questions. So if my memory's right, and I'm getting totally caught up on what happened, except for I know he got arrested in New York.
Grand jury.
There was something that happened where like he was in Florida. They thought he was going to like the Cayman Islands or something, and he didn't.
Right.
And that was like, I can't remember if it was like in between seasons or at the end of one of our seasons. And there was all this discussion over it had to do with like, am I right? Like human trafficking maybe back in the
Yes.
day?
Yeah, they were gonna raid his house and arrest him, but then for some reason somebody let him know ahead of time, and then he sent his jet out, and they went to ground his jet. But
they didn't
wasn't on
arrest
it.
him at the
He
time.
wasn't on
Right.
it.
And there was no
They
warrant
couldn't
though.
find him.
But
Right, it was just a raid.
It was a raid. And his
But-
kids might have been, or his kids were at the house or something like that.
They just had
his kids
their
under the bus.
grand jury that indicted him. So this could have
Oh.
been going on the whole time.
Was it a federal indictment?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's why we're not going to talk about it.
All
today.
right.
know
We
more
just
on
know
that.
that he was arrested in Manhattan last night,
Right.
and that's all we know.
Yeah, that's all we know.
We'll give you
I
an
didn't
update.
even read. I just saw it come. We already did the show, and then this broke, and it was too late to throw it into the show.
So we'll
But
get more
we
details for
mentioned
next
it.
Tuesday.
We'll talk on Friday.
Friday rather.
About P. Diddley.
P. Diddle. The Diddle.
The
Diddler.
Diddler.
I don't know if I like that.
Like the
There's
Riddler.
some.
I wouldn't like it if it was my name.
No.
but
Yeah, well,
Don't
if
call
you're
me the
accused
Diddler.
of sexual
No.
human trafficking. then
No.
I'm going
I
to
think
give
they
the
can call him
most
the Diddler.
lurid names to a guy who's accused of sex
Yeah,
trafficking.
I agree.
That's fine
The
with
Diddler.
me.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
give
why
him
they
the
gave it to him.
weirdest, grossest names ever.
So what's the appropriate response when the diddler goes down? Do you have to you have to take
De-diddle?
all his you have to de-diddle your
De-diddle the
music?
Diddler?
De-diddle my music?
That's a good question.
I don't
I
have
think
any of
you
his
do.
music on my phone. So.
I do have that
Well,
one.
look what happened to,
I'll be missing you. God, that's such a good
Oh,
song.
yeah.
About Biggie.
Yeah.
That's a great song.
Is that
it's a sweet
him?
song.
Will you
actually.
de-diddle
Yeah,
it?
I feel like that's a
It's-
combination of different artists.
Well, no,
so-
I mean, yeah, I'll be missing you is a separate song by the Police, and then P Diddy did I'll be missing you based off.
Well, I meant like the rappers that are all featured on it. But I mean, we could track the money. See, maybe the money goes towards Notorious B.I.G.'s estate as like, I don't know. Let's look into it.
All right, look into it,
on
Linz.
it,
That's
yeah.
your assignment.
Yeah,
for next
talk
Tuesday,
about it next
Lindsay. Get
Tuesday.
on that.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
I don't think I can.
I have like plenty of time.
Okay,
for-
speaking of like having to remove, like, and again, this goes to show my just
okay.
lack of rap knowledge. But what was
I
the
have
name of the
one
guy?
song on my
What
phone.
was the name of the
Yeah.
guy in Illinois that got convicted?
Oh, that was R. Kelly.
Thank you. Are his songs? Or is that like you need to take all the R. Kelly songs down?
I did that before he even got in trouble.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I never had one of his songs. on
Okay,
my-
so you didn't have to.
Right.
I
But
could never get rid of that one. It's like,
R.
The R.
Kelly?
Kelly song?
yeah.
No, I know. People like his music. I mean, honestly, dude. Like,
Is
people
the
have
music
Michael,
separate from the
people have
man?
Michael Jackson on their phone, and he
Well, I hope so.
freaking allegedly
Yeah.
traumatized a lot of kids.
Never convicted.
Allegedly, get the fuck out of here.
Allegedly.
I mean,
No,
that's
never
just-
convicted.
okay,
I said
all
never.
right.
Never convicted.
Agreed. Never convicted.
Yeah.
Legally.
I
So
don't know,
like, okay.
civilly though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Convicted
Never
in the
charged.
court of public opinion.
Sure.
I would not let him watch my kids, but he's not around anymore.
That's right.
And your kids are grown up.
And he's the
Lindsay,
son of- and he's
Michael
the son of the
Jackson's watching
region.
you, Lindsay.
Okay.
Speaking of Michael Jackson news,
I
I
don't
saw
have
I
any of
saw
his
that
music on my phone either.
Yeah,
Tito Jackson died.
Tito died.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Eddie on the news last night.
Yeah.
Eddie Melton.
Oh.
Lock Potter.
Yes.
Mayor Gary.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Mayor
it's
Eddie.
appropriate.
Tito. All right. Well, that's some
We have
entertainment
no
news
famous
that we
people.
didn't.
We have no famous people from Hammond.
That is not true.
Irv Cross.
The Doublemint twins.
Yeah,
The guy who
whatever.
wrote Christmas Story.
Like, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Gene
when
Shepard,
you list
baby.
famous people from
Gene
Hammond,
Shepard.
Gene Shepard, right? When you list famous people from Hammond, I make the list, which is fucking not good. For
You deserve it.
yeah, like
Wait,
nobody knows who the
there
fuck
are
I am.
others.
They're like, if you were like sitting in Wyoming, you're like famous people from Hammond. They're like, who the fuck is Tom McDermott?
Congressional
Right?
hopeful Tom McDermott.
Is it? It says that?
No,
No, yeah.
it's,
that's
what's
how long
it?
ago. That's how long ago it
It
was.
says-
it wasn't
wiki?
updated for the second run.
Do you have a wiki?
Yeah, Tom has a wiki.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've-
yeah.
I've edited it because they
Thank you,
were
Liz.
missing
Yeah.
a couple things on there.
I've
They
done
just,
some editing
like,
of that
My
as well.
Wikipedia
source
is
was
weird.
my life.
Wikipedia is
musician.
so weird.
The first thing was Tom McDermott, musician.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Tom's like, I'm not a musician.
I've been around longer than him.
Look at that.
Oh, there it is. Whoa.
Whoa!
Need an updated photo.
Kevin, can you update
Yes,
that?
that is a terrible photo.
Who's in charge of this?
Oh my, you.
This is like
I am.
How
No,
old
he's
are
not in
you?
charge.
I was like 34. there.
That needs a new
That-
totally
look at that
needs a new
suit.
photo.
That
That
suit-
suit is like,
Yeah.
And look at the
But
caption.
like, who's in charge of this?
What's the caption?
There was shit on here that was so false. Like, and
Yeah,
I never.
there was
touched
false
it.
Oh,
stuff on
that's
there.
a picture that he took. Okay.
with Barbara Anguano, mayor for a day. I don't
Dude,
even see Barbara in here.
Dude, I've taken
We
6
we
million
cropped it.
pictures since I've been mayor.
All right,
So,
we need-
like,
we
I
need
have
to
no idea
update
which
this.
is what.
It's just
Are
the
we in charge
issues
of
that
this?
we need.
well, anybody is.
Anybody.
The
Yeah,
world
when-
is.
Oh,
All
so
right,
they
Blockpod, get on it.
So they didn't accept a couple of the edits I made a few years back because I
You
need
remember?
like written
Mm-hmm.
sources to back up the things that like your kids' names
There
were
should be-
incorrect for like 12 years, and I was trying to correct it, and I don't have like a physical document that proves
Send them your
what.
birth certificate.
I'm not gonna send
There
some
should be
random
a-
people my birth
Send them your social
certificate.
security
my
card.
social-
Right.
Wow, look at what a time, man. Look at that. It says 2003 you beat Dwayne by 700
That's true.
votes.
Well, actually, it was yeah.
What a wild time, huh?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was a long time ago.
Just
Here we are. Next thing you know,
Young
21 years
and
later,
bright-eyed.
we're on Lockpod.
yeah.
There's nothing in there about Lockpod, funny enough. But
Wait,
well,
let's take a look.
All
Let's
right.
see
Steve
Lockpod.
Kellogg, business manager.
Get on it.
yeah.
All right.
I talked to him yesterday.
How's he doing?
Not,
Tell him he's got mail here.
no, I think he's
You've
not doing
got
great.
mail.
He's not doing great, honestly.
Really?
No.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean, then he was like talking about how we were making fun of him. I don't think he appreciated it, being honest with you.
How's his
Really?
No, he
I
fucked
didn't
up,
make
man.
fun of
Is his
you,
eye
Steve.
and back still hurting?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
get better, Steve.
yeah.
I'm proud
Like,
to say
and-
I'm Steve's favorite because
Yeah,
I
probably.
don't make fun of him.
You're only on once a week, though.
Yeah, well, less opportunity to make him mad.
That's what I'm saying. So naturally, you're his favorite. We're on twice a week, and
Hell
he
yeah.
fucking hates us.
These back surgeries are scary, man.
Dude,
They're
scary.
intense.
I'm telling
The
you,
he doesn't
recovery
think
is hard.
he doesn't think it helped that much, and maybe he's just
Oh,
sore, and I'm hoping.
man.
But he went under the knife, and like he's still in pain. I feel so bad for him, man.
I hope his eye's getting better because that was not a good thing either.
What was wrong with his eye?
I don't know. Like, let's stop talking about his. Like, what,
You
what
brought
about
him up. I just
was
said,
just
can
saying
you
he's
do the
hurting, and
wiki?
you're like, God, he's got that horrible nasal drip. It's like,
Yeah.
come on.
You
Kevin's
said
dropping HIPAA
He doesn't have.
violations
I
left
know,
and right.
dude. We
There's
can't
not a
violate
HIPAA
his
violation.
I think it is for me.
Well,
And Kevin's just
I'm like-
eating Starburst like it's no big
this
deal.
all
I was
happened.
like,
at a-
let's talk about Steve's privates.
this occurred at a private event where I witnessed it.
What's that?
The eye
His
thing?
navel drip.
I'm not bringing it up,
All
John.
right.
You are.
All right. So like this
Wait,
is
there
what
was
got
a-
us in trouble last
A
time.
private event where you
All right,
Okay,
all right. Steve's hurting. That's the moral of the story, okay? And like last
we're
time
wishing
we
him
did
well.
this, we freaking started ripping on him, and it's not nice when somebody's laying in a goddamn hospital bed and we're like ripping on him.
Let's review that tape on who was ripping.
I think I was ripping, but
Okay.
now I'm like trying to calm down the masses, and you guys are like,
Calm the masses.
and you guys are the masses. I'm like trying to calm you down. I'm pointing out this guy's fucking hurting, and you guys are like, oh, what about his jacked up eye? It's like, come on,
Here
man.
we go again.
But
But it's all like healing energy.
I love
you
Steve.
know.
I know you love Steve.
There's
Yeah.
not
We
a
all-
single drop of healing energy coming out of this
That
conversation.
is not true. I am
I
totally.
she's a nurse. She knows what healing energy is.
That's true.
I joke with healing energy for Steve.
I love Steve. We all do.
we all want him to get better. You think I'm sitting here saying like, yeah, Steve, I want you to feel
I
like
know.
shit.
And like honestly, Lockpod is suffering without him. I mean,
Agreed.
let's be
Steve's
honest,
in
dude.
chat.
I mean, look at your wiki.
The quality, my wiki's all fucked up. The quality of the show has been down ever since he. Yeah,
Steve
so-
said you're wrong, Tom.
About what?
He's got
His
thick
nasal
skin.
drip?
He said you got thick skin.
Oh,
He's
really?
got to be
Relax.
friends
He's
with this
fucking
guy.
crying right now. He's typing that.
It's like, I'm just gonna pretend that I'm not really
right, dude.
upset.
Like you guys are ripping on him. Like poor fucking guy sitting there, like trying to convalesce or.
Well,
Coalesce?
back
Coalesce.
pressing, the
He's
back
trying to
surgeries
coalesce.
are very intense to get over. They're very painful.
Dude.
Yeah.
I don't.
Steve, thank you for defending us,
I
even in
hope
your
you're-
bed at home.
I hope your pain management regimen is going well, and if not, yell at your doctor.
Dude, I tell you what, man. I think he's too far gone for Stretch Lab, but I think it really helped me. Like I did Stretch Lab
He
yesterday.
needs to do professional PT work, Dad.
I agree.
He doesn't
No.
need to go to a place with a bunch of randos who are pushing your legs up
No,
past your
it's
ears.
not a bunch of randos. They're all like
Lindsay, we're trying to get him to sponsor the show.
Yeah.
Can we
Yeah.
back
Lindsay.
up Stretch
Like
Lab?
honestly, Stretch Lab is like all of them are college graduates. Most of them are college athletes, and they do to you what they had done to them. Like the stretches I do are freaking dynamic, like crazy stretches. And I went in there, I was hurt. Okay, I wasn't hurt to the point I needed surgery. I was hurt, and I've done about 6 or 7 stretch labs, and I'm better. And I'm granted I was probably healing, but it certainly helped me. It like definitely helped me. I was hurt. But I think Steve's probably so hurt that he's beyond stretch labs capability.
He needs to recover a little bit before he does anything
Yeah.
extreme like that. He's got to relearn how to stand up and sit
Yeah,
down.
right.
Damn.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Totally. Like, dude, I hurt my back so bad that I couldn't even stand up straight.
What
I
about
had to,
Steve?
I know, dude. Like, when you see Steve, his is way worse than mine was. But, like, when Steve stands straight, he's, like, off to a side because your body just does that so that you're not just hating life in
Well,
total
yeah,
pain.
and he's probably been compensating for all that pain for a very long time, so his musculature is probably all messed up, too.
Yep. That's what I was doing, too.
No offense, but
I was compensating when I was running because I knew my left side hurt, so my right side became completely
So
jacked
probably like
up.
multiply that by like probably 50 times
Yeah.
for Steve.
Right.
Oof.
Well, they
Yeah.
literally cut into, like, the sheath that's surrounding your spinal cord, so that's
Yeah.
just
Dude.
all kinds
God.
of pain.
And it's like he has to maybe like get steel spine or steel inserts and
rods?
stuff. Yeah, but here we go in the HIPAA again.
Once again, you leading the charge.
You've already.
I couldn't get sued, dude. You're supposed to stop me.
You
You're my
lead the charge. I
goddamn
couldn't
lawyer.
help
You're
you.
my
You're-
lawyer, dude.
How can I help you when you're just spouting it out of your mouth?
In HIPAA,
Will
and
you
then
guys
you're just
shut
sitting
off
there
Dad's
like,
microphone?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
John
That's
did.
the
John
only
just
way
shut
to
up my-
do it.
yes. I mean, thank you,
I
John.
don't know
for,
you're
like,
about to
watching
say
out for
like,
me.
yeah, and he's gonna need rot. That just came out of nowhere. Like,
Well, he fucking told me. What am I not supposed to say?
yes,
something?
you're not supposed to say it. That's
All right,
called
whatever.
like
Sorry,
restraint.
His
Yeah.
fingers are falling off, too, by the way.
He also, so he's in chat. He said he's not taking pain meds either. Which,
Well,
dude, come on, get on that stuff, Steve.
They exist for a reason. It's
Sometimes
not like
you
the
need it.
doctor,
Yeah.
especially for
Steve
back
and I are
pain.
like each other. I was the same way. I wanted to see where I was, and I felt like
we
if
get
I,
it, you're tough men. But
No,
like
I wanted to see where I was. I think that when you take pain meds, it masks, and then you start doing things you probably shouldn't be doing. That's
well,
why.
yeah, but if you don't have pain meds, then you're going to avoid doing certain movements and stuff that you need to be doing to get back to your normal ways.
Yeah, be careful,
That's-
Steve. Follow your doctor's orders, Steve.
Yeah. So anyway, well wishes to Steve.
Yes.
So, hey man, like Marissa and I went on a cool little trip this weekend to West Lafayette to see Patrick and watched Notre Dame Fighting Irish play. It was a
no.
nice little trip. But Pat was like full.
Kind of strange seeing one of your
Boilermaker.
kids in a
I'm proud of
black
him,
and
man.
yellow.
I'm happy for him.
Okay, does everybody forget that I also went to Purdue?
I thought you went to IU.
Northwest.
My
We're
second
talking undergrad.
You didn't go to
I mean,
Purdue under
at second
University
degrees.
West Lafayette, but like
I didn't go to West Lafayette.
We're
but
talking about
I-
undergrad.
No, I agree, Linz. I went to Purdue Northwest.
Nursing is
I'm on the,
undergrad. It
I'm on
wasn't
the
a
Hall of Fame
master's.
there, but I don't talk about going to Purdue Lafayette. I mean, and I realize it's the same degree. It is. It says Purdue
It says the
University.
same thing on it.
It
Yeah,
does.
We're
It
just talking
does.
about undergrad, I thought.
Undergrad, right? Lindsay went to IU.
My
undergrad.
nursing degree is undergrad.
Yeah, but you did it like a graduate.
Oh, the first time when I didn't have a I had.
But
a lot
anyway,
of-
like Patrick is in full Boilermaker. He's got the.
What's with the overalls with only one clip on? Is that
that's
a
the
thing?
That's the thing.
he's a hillbilly.
No, that's the thing. It's the right clip too.
He's a hillbilly.
It's the. It looks like the
He's
left
in the
clip to
middle of
me.
Indiana.
No, it's his right nipple is almost exposed.
His right nipple.
Yeah, you leave the right one off. Yeah,
Is he wearing anything under there?
I didn't ask him. Like, I was like, but
What
it was
college
I could
kids
tell
these
you,
days.
It was hot that day.
Looks
it was
hot.
It was hot
Oh,
that day.
this was Saturday.
That was Saturday.
Yeah, it was hot
Brutal,
up here
man.
too. I couldn't imagine
Look
it
at
was
this.
probably hotter down
That
there.
was a
Oh, man.
cool ass statue, by the way. They've done a
That's
lot
the
since the last time.
Boilermaker.
I know, but the last time I was at Ross Age Stadium, they've done a lot of improvements since then. They have like these. Purdue's a great campus, by the way. Patrick's apartment is across the street from the stadium, so like we were at the tailgate and we'd walk to his house and go to the
That's easy.
bathroom, like across the street. It was wonderful. So what else we got here?
Oh, is this real?
What's that?
This score?
Yeah, 42.
So
so
Half-
first,
look at no.
the end of the first half.
End of the first half.
wow.
Yeah.
No, it looks like
Wow.
13. Oh, that must be halftime.
That was the halftime score. Yeah, but that was at the beginning of the third quarter, probably.
What did it end up being?
66 to
66-7?
7, something like that. And by the way, Notre Dame played their backups the whole second half.
There's
like,
no mercy rules in college football.
no,
No.
Damn.
Yeah, it's usually not like this. Lynn,
I was with
especially.
some. I was with some guys that said we're taking Purdue and plus 7.5. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Irish.
Well, some guy I respect a lot was sitting there right before, and he's like, I took the under. He's like, there's no way Notre Dame's going to put up this kind of points, and so that was me in the sky. I was in the skybox, by the way. Thank
Oh,
you.
fancy.
I mean, whatever,
Ooh.
dude. Once every like 5 or 6
Damn,
seasons, I get
holy
treated like
cow.
this. So I go into a skybox. I'm at Purdue.
Look at
Marissa
that.
and I are wearing all of our Notre Dame regalia.
Everyone around you's Purdue.
Everybody's Purdue.
Is that
out.
acceptable? Like walking in the skybox at Purdue with a Notre
I
Dame
was
stuff?
like, it was acceptable because they're
I
like,
see you got some guys in the background.
I wasn't just being a dick. I
Yeah.
went to Notre Dame, so
Yeah.
like, it's like okay, people knew who we were. So like, we come in and I snagged the front row spot. I got in there because I don't really care about socializing, so I go right down to the.
Thank
field
you for letting me use your skybox.
did.
I'm going to take the front
I'm a
row and not
football
talk
fan.
to anybody.
I am a college football. I didn't talk to hardly anybody. I was watching a game, dude. That's what I do.
Was it full?
It was jam packed.
Okay.
You could see all the Cokes and everything.
That suite had 30 people in it, all Purdue fans. One lady was being a dick to me. She was talking shit big time to Notre Dame about how
must have been early on.
she was talking. They were down like 28-0. That's usually when
She
they
was like, "We're
realize
gonna come
this is gonna
back
be a
in the
bad
third."
day. No, she was like, and she was talking to her friend, but loud enough for me to hear. And because we were cheering, but I wasn't being a dick, man. We were cheering like high fiving and stuff like that, but quietly. Like we were in a freaking box with Purdue fans, so we weren't being dicks, right? And then she was like, yeah, Notre Dame lost to NIU, and they had to pay them to. And she's sitting there talking shit, and I'm like, I turn around and look at her like, are you doing this on purpose? Like, you're being a dick. And then I could easily be going over the top because we're fucking pounding your football team. So, like, she was sitting there, and she's like a grown-ass lady. Honestly, she's in her 40s at least. And she's, like, talking shit, like, looking right at me,
You're gonna
talking to her
get that.
friend. But I'm like, you fucking classless. The one thing about Boilermaker fans, all due respect, when I was a student, I got treated the worst at West Lafayette than any place I went to. So, like, in my back of my mind, I know that
You're gonna
Boilermaker
expect
fans.
that.
Dude, I was with the chancellor of Purdue Northwest, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, and some guy wanted to fight me. And I'm sitting there with the chancellor who's like 70 years old, hanging with the chancellor. And some guy, because Notre Dame was up 28-0 in that game, and this guy wanted to fight me.
Must be
And
the
I wasn't
key
doing
score,
shit.
John,
I was just sitting
28-0. Everything goes wild.
Boilermakers, they're a basketball school. So look at how full the stadium is.
Yeah.
There's
This is the beginning.
64,000, 63,000 people.
Beautiful
there.
day. Look how fun that is.
Filled to capacity. Now, John, look at that shot right there. Now click to the next click because I took a picture at the beginning of the third quarter. No, then there's another picture in the there's another picture in the
Another
note.
video.
Yeah,
Okay,
another
That's
picture.
that's a video though.
That's a video. Now
Another
go to the
photo.
pictures. You'll see there's this picture with the same exact look. And
I don't think I
Nope,
got that one.
we didn't
Tom.
get that
I'm
one.
sorry.
Nope, didn't
really?
post
Yeah.
it.
I didn't put that in there.
I know
No,
a
I
lot
don't
of
think
people
so.
Bad editing.
Oh, fuck, my
abandoned
bad. My
it
bad,
at
guys. Sorry.
halftime.
That's all right.
They left at halftime. And like that.
How many were left?
I'm not even kidding. It was like 25% full. Like
Yeah.
75% of the student body left at halftime. It was a bad showing.
A lot
don't
of
get me
kids
wrong.
came up from Bloomington. I know 2 of my boys were there.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Oh my
for
God! They
the
should have gone to
Notre
the
Dame game?
tailgate. We were right out in front.
Oh, I should have told them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
No
Kevin
kidding.
doesn't want his kids hanging out with you. You're a bad
Yeah, I
influence.
do.
No, they want to hang out with
They
us.
probably prefer
Yeah.
hang out with Tom.
You know
He's
the
fun.
crazy thing is the tailgate I go to all the time for Notre Dame games is the company I go to is a Purdue school. Okay, and their tailgate is right outside of Pat's house. I mean,
Wow.
it's like 20 feet
Perfect.
from Pat's house. It's like, oh,
That
okay.
works.
They're like, you can stop by anytime. Pat's already like, I got dinner and lunch lined up every Saturday
Yeah.
the rest of the football season.
Oh, that's nice.
It's hilarious.
That's great.
All right. So anyway, oh, look at that. Okay. So this is Jane's Addiction's lead singer, Perry Farrell, who decided to fight Dave Navarro, his bandmate.
By the way, Perry Farrell and Mike Forride have a past.
Yeah.
What?
Mike Forride,
Mike
yes.
Forride.
Mike Forride and Perry Farrell are friends.
Yes. Of course.
Oh,
Perry
yeah.
Farrell, of course, because Perry's freaky and he likes freaky people, and he met Mike. And like,
It's all
I'm not-
making sense
this is
now.
not bullshit, by the way. Mike got tickets to Lollapalooza about 5 years in a row from Perry Farrell, like good tickets.
Wow.
So like Perry Farrell and Mike Forride are familiar with each other. They like text and stuff like that. Back in the day, they did. I don't know if they still do.
So Forride is Team Farrell in this one. Sounds like.
Yeah, but Farrell's jacked up, dude. Dave Navarro's. I mean, first off, I hate to say it, John. I see this coming in Oasis's future.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, God.
I mean, that's why Lindsay said it on a couple shows. Everybody should go to the earliest show possible because these guys are gonna be doing the same thing.
July 4th.
Yeah, go early because I don't know if they're gonna make it to America. But
Yeah.
so this is Jane's Addiction on their reunion tour. They haven't been together in years, and Perry
They hadn't
Farrell-
been going well.
really. Yeah,
Ticket sales were
really.
lagging.
I wouldn't go. I don't like Jane's Addiction that much.
I like them enough to probably go if someone's like, hey, I got some tickets. You want to
Yeah,
go?
if I would go up there at the festival, how about that?
I think
Like
For
a free
sure,
show?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the reason why we didn't buy tickets is because they didn't have a show coming through Chicago.
No, I think they did, hon, but I don't know.
No,
I
that's
know-
part
I
of the
know
problem.
Brian listens to them.
Confusion.
Right. Okay, let's check it out.
So they got into a fight on stage.
Yeah, some sort of altercation. So
Let's watch this here.
He looks jacked up.
Whoa.
I'm mad at you.
What is this?
Whoa.
He
Wow.
shoves him.
Does this sound like fuck you or something?
Navarro's like, what the hell?
Yeah, it seems kind of.
Navarro is like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, you can tell Dave Navarro is like, what
Perry
the
Farrell's like on something.
fucking totally.
Like his whole band, like crew, have to like hold him back.
11 songs into the show. So, like, they didn't finish the concert. The concert was normally like 30 minutes longer, so they had to cut it. I mean, obviously, Dave
my
Navarro is like, fuck this, I'm out.
What's he yelling?
You can't even restrain him.
No, crazy. Like they're
Totally
trying to like
awesome.
hold him down.
They sounded great for that up until
Yeah.
that point.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So
For all the
there it
fans,
is.
the band has made the difficult decision to take on some time away as a group. As such, they will be canceling the remainder of the tour. Refunds for the canceled dates will be issued at the point of purchase, or if you purchase from a third-party resale site like StubHub, SeatGeek, etc., please reach out to them direct. Thanks, Jane's Addiction. See, the thing that sucks about this, like the ticket price, let's just say the ticket price is $150. And then it goes on StubHub, and for some reason you love Jane's Addiction and you paid $500 for a $150 seat. Hopefully, maybe because it was sold out, you'll only get $150 back for that on StubHub.
yeah, so Perry posted something after that said, "This weekend has been incredibly difficult, and after having the time and space to reflect, it's only right that I apologize to my bandmates, especially Dave, fans, family, and friends for my actions. Unfortunately, my breaking point resulted in inexcusable behavior, and I take full accountability for how I chose to handle the situation."
Yeah.
That
That was
sounds
from
like
Perry
it was
Farrell.
written by not him.
No, I
you
agree.
never know.
He's probably
Before
you
I
know,
wrote it.
Before I wrote it for him.
Yeah.
And then
well,
Dave
he's
Navarro
probably
wrote some
somewhere
stuff too.
like detoxing. Probably
Could be.
got
Yeah.
the shakes.
Yeah, Dave Navarro also wrote some stuff basically saying like, look, man, there's no way back at this point. Perry's got to get the help he needs. So.
Yeah, he is jacked up. Did you see, speaking of jacked up, like, Donald Trump, guy running for president of the United States, and we're going to get into the second assassination attempt in the next segment, but I want to talk about how a person running for the United States president has enough time and literally not enough problems in his life to where he could post something about a pop star. I hate Taylor Swift. 4 words.
On Truth Social.
On Truth Social. And then it just makes you wonder, like, is this guy stable enough to be the president of the United States? Like, you hate Taylor Swift. Like, that's really worthy.
Like
of
that
it.
was the post, all caps. And it didn't even really generate a lot of buzz on Truth Social. Like it was weird.
Can you see Kamala saying, I hate Kid Rock?
Right.
I hate Kid Rock. People would tear into her ass. Like, what? You're talking about music? You're running for
Yeah,
president?
You're right about that.
They would tear her apart. I hate Kid Rock. If she did that, John, you'd be tearing her ass up, right?
Yeah, but like what? I mean,
John?
Kid Rock does.
Kid Rock is the mouthpiece
Yeah,
for Trump.
yeah.
And he's,
Yeah.
I thought for the first time in a long time, at least as far as I saw, that like there was actually some backlash from his supporters on Truth Social about the post. And I was like,
My backlet. Listen, Trump is his own brand. We all know that, right? There's no
better or
one
for
like
worse.
him on planet Earth. My argument with this is a political one. How does this benefit votes?
and that's
for
what
him?
that's what people on Truth Social were
does
saying,
not.
That's
John.
my complaint.
It does not.
It hurts.
Yeah,
Dude, how
what
many
is- I
of
don't know what
the-
he's- yeah.
We've been talking about this. The people that are going to decide this race. Because I'm voting for Kamala. I know Kevin's voting for Kamala. I imagine Lindsay's voting for her. But John, I imagine, is voting for Trump. And then, unfortunately, for the 3 of us, it doesn't matter because Indiana is going to vote hard for Trump.
Yeah.
I think we all agree to that. Is that true?
Yeah, I think it won't be as hard as in the past, but yes.
I don't know
Okay.
if I'm voting yet.
Okay, so, but there's a group of people out there that are undecided, believe it or not. I don't believe that, but there's a group of people out there that are on the fence about, am I voting for Kamala or am I voting for Trump? And I have a feeling a majority of those undecideds are probably huge fans of Taylor Swift because it seems like she's like the biggest artist in the world. And so
I
there's
feel
like a lot of
everybody
kids.
I know who likes Taylor Swift is for sure voting for Kamala.
So maybe it doesn't matter,
Really?
is what you're saying. I don't know. I
think that's a higher correlation. I think that's probably true. I mean, I'm not everybody. You can't say that, but a high correlation.
yeah, I would think so.
What, 75%?
I mean, I would say a good portion of Taylor Swift's fans are female.
Okay, but Linz, go down to Florida and say that. Go down to Texas and say that.
And that was some of the
Taylor
posts I
Swift
saw.
fans are mostly female.
So
I don't think that being in Texas is going to make you.
What I'm saying
any
is you're going to
less of
find more Trumpers in
Correct.
Texas.
And
then-
Florida.
Maybe.
And then you go to Texas where there's more Trumpers, or Florida, And then you go, how many of you are Taylor Swift fans? And they raise their hand, and you're like, so you're a Taylor Swift fan and a Trump fan. They're like, yeah, I'm a Taylor Swift fan and a Trump fan.
Sure.
Because they're in Texas. That's how they talk,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And then you're like, okay, how do you
Good day,
feel
mate.
about... Good day, mate.
Tom's go-to accent is Australian.
Like, I don't want to turn
That's how they
John
talk
on.
down in Texas.
I don't want
Good
to
day,
turn
mate.
Vesmar on.
Yeah.
Good day, John.
Yes, here we are in Texas. Go ahead,
Yes.
Tom.
But also keep in mind, like Swift started out country, right?
Yes.
yeah.
I
From-
think she had a bigger conservative
Yes,
following.
I agree.
Yeah.
For sure, John.
I agree.
So-
Tennessee
But she
isn't
came
exactly
out
a
in-
liberal bastion.
But
Yeah.
the last election, she came out in support of Biden, and that was kind of a backlash
Mhm.
for her because she had never taken a stance in an election
Agree, Linz.
before.
And
Agree.
the Tennessee governor.
And I feel like
lost.
she lost some of those fans in these more conservative
It's not hurting her too
places.
bad.
I agree with you.
But yeah, I mean, I think this means that we're kind of underestimating the amount of Democrats that are also fans of her. Because
I just think there was a lot of backlash from Taylor Swift fans onto Trump, and I saw some like moms posting like, "Why are you doing this? Just
Right.
leave this alone."
Right.
It
'Cause-
kind of goes to what John was saying. Like, look, like I don't want my daughter, who is a huge, I love my daughter. She's a huge Taylor Swift fan, and now you're saying I hate Taylor Swift. That
Yes.
that puts me in a tough position
Not only
with my
that,
daughter.
you're a grown ass adult.
And
you're a
it's-
freaking
and
man
leave
running
it
for the United
alone.
States president. You shouldn't even care about Taylor Swift.
Of course.
You
Exactly.
should be
What do you-
worried about North Korea
Right.
and Russia and Ukraine. There's a lot more pressing problems than fucking
and the
Taylor
economy
Swift,
and
you
jobs
asshole.
and how to help
Freaking
America.
Donald Trump.
It's just
It doesn't surprise me what happened over the weekend. It doesn't surprise me.
as sad as that is.
Even though there's people in America that love this man, he is despised and hated by close to 50% of America. Like hated more than I've seen anybody hate anybody. They hate this man. And it's not because of the Democrats' messaging, Donald. It's because you're an asshole. He acts like a jagoff. And he posts stupid shit like, I hate Taylor Swift. And then he's like, why are people trying to kill me? Because you're a fucking asshole, Donald. You act like a jagoff, and you're not bringing us together. You're driving us apart.
I think that's the biggest thing is if you're trying to wedge people against each other, that's what Donald Trump likes to do because he likes to say like you're either with me or you're
Against me.
a liberal.
Mm-hmm.
And
I hate Taylor Swift. That really brings America together, big guy.
And this is kind of funny, John.
Yeah, I just want to know, like, so this screenshot ended up in our show notes. This tweet is from a page called Sophie Rain Thread.
Yes.
Whose feed is this showing up in? Because Sophie Rain is like, I'll just let you
No, I
Google-
think I
I'll let
pulled
you
it off.
Google her.
No, I think I pulled it off.
No, I did.
We pulled it
Okay.
off a newspaper article, though, right?
No, I pulled it
article.
off. I searched. I searched Trump. I hate Taylor Swift, and I didn't know this was an OnlyFans
Well.
page.
Yeah. You
Oh,
could
that's an OnlyFans
You
page?
could Google Sophie Rain and.
But
How
yeah,
did
so
you
it wasn't.
know that, John?
John knows all the right wing
He's
stuff.
pop. He's pop knowledgeable.
A lot of people know who Sophie Rain is.
I do not.
I don't.
Okay.
Okay.
Damn. Well, anyway,
One
it
out
wasn't
of-
on my thread, John. It was in a search. Thank God.
You
Because,
guys
like, I'll-
remember?
Although I might start
I pull
following
up
her.
stuff like this all the time off of newspaper articles because sorry, Linz.
No, I was just saying in light of the. I'm assuming that we're kind of pivoting towards the assassination attempt over the weekend.
Yeah.
After
Second
ads.
segment.
I don't know if you guys remembered last week where I said a bunch of psychics were talking about something significant
That's
happening
right.
to Trump in September.
Holy shit!
Whoa.
They've been
But
saying
like,
this for
was
like
this
4 months.
was this
That's like
significant?
what is it? Yeah, it doesn't seem as
They caught
significant.
him.
Again. Yeah, we'll
They
get
caught
in. Let's
him.
get into that
Yeah.
after we do ads. So, and real quick, there was a funny.
I don't know. I
What's
don't
this
believe that stuff, but
significant? Yes, it was.
John, can you put that last tweet up? I mean,
It could have been more significant. It was.
It could have been a lot more.
This was kind of funny. Someone posted, "I hate Taylor Swift," and then showed the electoral map all blue.
I think if
the
Taylor.
real Ema, an old woman.
The real,
I
the real
think-
Thelma Johnson.
Yeah, I think if Taylor Swift ran for president, she'd win a couple states. So
Oh?
yeah, and
Yeah.
I think Donald Trump is messing up by attacking Taylor Swift. He's pissing off a bunch of little girls, you
And
know,
their
melt
moms
their
and their
parents'
dads.
heart. Yeah, because the little girl's like, Donald Trump hates Taylor Swift, and then the parents are like, what an asshole, and you know, I'm not voting for him. He was so much better in 2016. I hear that all the time.
I think that's right. I think that's been my kind of like go-to is like I think he maxed in 2016.
Yep.
He did less in 2020. He's going to do less in 2024.
I
And
agree
now
with-
there's
I agree with that,
And
guy.
I was worried that the turnout for Biden was going to be lower. And now
Well,
with
if we
Kamala,
ran by
I think
it-
it's
oh yeah,
I think it's a much different
the
situation.
Democrats
but-
reacted, and if they didn't react,
Yeah.
we would have lost with
Yep.
Biden. We would have gone down, and instead they reacted, and Trump, I think he's walking into, you know,
I hope so.
A buzzsaw.
Let's do some ads. Come back. We're going to talk about the second assassination
Political
attempt
buzzsaw.
political
yes,
buzz.
political
Right.
buzzsaw. Thank you, John. Let's do some ads and come
You
back.
can't say anything anymore.
No, you
No,
Yeah.
HIPAA.
All right. Power in Indiana, Lake County is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. Are you thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or does your business have plans to break ground on a new project? Don't leave important projects in the wrong hands. With IBEW Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit powerindiana.org today to ensure your project's in the hands of skilled professionals who deliver on time and on budget. Find your electrical contractor at powerindiana.org.
Okay, Rogers Roofing. Kevin was like, take the next one, take the next one, with his eyeballs. I saw it. All right, when you want the...
It's eyeballing you.
He's communicating mentally. All right.
Yes.
When you want the best for your home and family, trust the best in the business, Rogers Roofing. Rogers Roofing has transformed homes in Northwest Indiana and the Chicagoland for more than 55 years, providing quality roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, all backed by the best warranties in the industry. To learn more and to schedule your free consultation, visit rogersroofing.com or call 219-933-9145 today. That's rogersroofing.com or 933-9145. And remember, at Rogers Roofing, excellence is expected every time.
MCR Partners is your MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning, with a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on. They're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunities. For more information, check out their website at mcrpartnersllc.com. For tailored assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to our friend Matt Reardon at 219-741-9511. Right at the get-go.
Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 30-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltensberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today.
The branding room floor. Don't let your business get lost in the shuffle of generic branding and aimless marketing. Trust Northwest Indiana's award-winning full-service marketing agency, the Branding Room Floor. Providing data-driven results to help your business grow in a crowded market is their specialty. From website development and digital advertising to graphic design and branding, the Branding Room Floor will set your business and organization on a clear path to strategic success. Don't wait another day to get started. Visit thebrandingroomfloor.com today.
Frankie V's. No need to dress up. It's a casual place. Bring the whole family. We've got plenty of space. Hidden gem in Hammond. You don't have to drive far. Delicious food, great service, and yes, a full bar. Try their homemade pizza chips, Italian beef, sausage, marinara, and more. They've got delicious pizza, pasta, and Italian foods galore. Don't go to where they don't remember you. It's just not the same. Come to Frankie V's, where everyone really knows your name. Visit us today at thefrankieV's.com for daily specials, full menu, and hours. I was there Saturday night with Jana. Had the Italian beef. Had the Italian beef, the pizza chips, great Caesar salad.
What are pizza chips?
They're like little
They
garlicky,
chips with
crunchy things with marinara sauce. Very good.
Interesting.
Did not see the eye candy. Jeff Smith was not there.
Nice. All right, thanks to our sponsors. Let's go ahead and jump into what happened over the weekend. The apparent second assassination attempt on Donald Trump's life took place over the weekend. From what we know, a gunman, and we're learning more because this happened over the weekend, and this is Tuesday. We're still learning. This morning it came out that this person, three names, his name is Ryan Wesley Ruth.
Like a nutbag.
Ooh. His
It's
full
weird.
Government name.
I know, right?
Real
So, like, if-
weirdo.
God forbid I end up like trying to hurt somebody like famous,
Thomas
like the president.
Matthew McDermott
They would
Jr.
come out with like my full name.
That is so strange to me also because at work, my full government name, hyphenated last name, middle name,
What's
everything.
a government name?
My
Your
full
name, your legal name.
Lindsay Maxine McDermott
Right.
Perosco
Right.
Whoa.
is listed on my all my emails at work.
That's interesting.
But some people are like just first and last name. And
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
weird.
why'd you
That's
do
a
like my
long-
whole freaking name?
But like okay, so
It seems to be a
Ryan
toss-up to
Wesley
me.
Ruth is the one who was hiding out trying to kill the president.
Mhm.
And think about it, like
12
we have
hours.
the one who killed Lincoln, John Wilkes Booth, the one that killed allegedly John F. Kennedy,
Lyndon
Harvey
Baines Johnson.
Well, Lee Harvey Oswald. Oh yeah, but like, isn't it weird though? Like, it's all three names. Like, so like if I tried to kill somebody important, would it be like Thomas Matthew McDermott was hiding?
They
Maybe
must
that's
like that,
your,
right?
Your shaming is like we have to throw your full
Sirhan
government name out
Sirhan.
now.
He only had two names.
He only had two.
He had two of the same.
Wouldn't that be
Same
weird
name.
if Sirhan had like a weird middle
Yeah.
name? Like Sirhan Joe Sirhan, you know?
that giggle.
Sirhan, Freddie, Sirhan. It's like, who the fuck is Freddie? Oh, that's my great grandpa. I fucking hate it. So weird.
Why is Kevin giggling?
I like that. That was funny.
Sirhan, Freddie, Sirhan.
Tom got me. Tom got me to giggle.
That wasn't like a true laughter from Kevin.
Got him. All right. So anyway, let's go back to the serious shit. So
Trump almost died.
Yeah. Ryan Wesley Ruth is a guy that's a little weird. I think everybody described him as sort of crazy.
Yeah.
I saw some videos of him like on college campuses, just like harassing people,
trying to get volunteers to move to Ukraine to fight the war.
He was in Ukraine,
right?
Like dyeing his hair blue and yellow. People called him. Most interesting article I read was somebody in Ukraine called the FBI on him, saying that this guy is weird. And like he's out here, he's a whack job. He's trying to
asking for guns.
Convince Afghan soldiers to come and fight in Ukraine, even though he had no contacts with them. The guy that's in charge of like the extraterritorial forces in Ukraine was like, yeah, we've heard of him, but we never, used him. We never, he seemed a little out there, so we just let him go. So he's like almost like was over there a bunch.
Wow.
The amount of power crazy gets you. Like you could just show up and start asking.
Look at this picture of him.
He looks like. Honestly, looks like the guy we'd see at the DNC.
And look what it says: send all military. Like what?
Yeah,
just a weirdo.
So it's a guy that he knows enough about what's going on, and he's active enough, and he doesn't have a wife and kids to worry about. So like he gets involved in all of what's going on, and he's all in. I'm all in. I'm with Ukraine. I'm all in for Ukraine.
I'm wearing a United States flag around my neck.
I'm going to Ukraine. I'm going to recruit soldiers. I'm like, he's all in, right? So this guy is like all in the news. Well, he's apparently a Democrat.
No, well, this is interesting, right? So I don't know about that because, and I'm not trying to say like,
he's anti-Trump.
No. I guess, and this goes to kind of what we were talking about in the first segment, how like Trump maxed out in 2016. He basically admitted that he voted for Trump in 2016, and then he said he made a mistake. So I think he's just a kind of a kook weirdo all over the place guy. Disillusioned for sure.
I saw a video of him apologizing for helping put Trump in office. I put him in there, but like he's taking responsibility for his vote. He's like, it's part of my problem that Trump's there, and I want to basically fix the problem.
Yeah, he seemed just like a loose cannon that, of course, has the ability to have an AR.
Well, good enough. I mean, he is described by most people as crazy, and the thing that's great about this is he's very well armed because he lives in America and he believes in the Second Amendment. So he has ARs, AKs, guns galore, which makes me feel so special. Like I'm so glad this guy has the ability to just get massive amount of weapons and point them at important people. Like,
and hide out
that's sarcasm, by the way.
So, like, what happened here? Like, was Trump on the golf course?
Yes.
And this guy just waited out for hours?
See, Lindsay, so Kevin and I were doing pre-show yesterday before this came out.
There's a lot of misinformation about the situation.
Kevin and I yesterday during pre-show, Kevin was like, if you were willing to wait a long time, if you knew Trump was going to golf, that would be a good way to try to go after him. Mm-hmm. He said that yesterday before this news was out. And it turns out that that's exactly what happened. He went, Ryan Ruth, and now what they're trying to figure out is how did he know Trump was going to golf on that course? Because that's huge.
Yeah, good point.
Because Trump's schedule is not a public schedule.
Good point.
So it was leaked to Ryan Ruth that Trump is going to golf on this golf course tomorrow, and he drove to the golf course at 1 a.m, hid out in the bushes, and camped out for like 12 hours waiting for Trump to come by.
Yeah,
that's fucking scary. And he fucked up because he poked the gun out early. The gun was sitting out, and a Secret Service agent saw
did a great job,
which is fucking amazing.
Wild, right?
Dude,
yes.
Dude, that's a badass Secret Service agent because that should have been
I mean, we've been totally critical of them, and America's been critical of what happened in Pennsylvania. But like, you want to talk about the flip of that? This guy
to spot a
this
barrel,
man or woman,
in some bushes,
dude,
and then shoot at it.
I'm in the freaking bushes all the damn time, dude. Like, there's twigs sticking out, branches sticking out. Like, he saw a muzzle. I don't know.
Crazy.
I was thinking. Because they're not going to give. He's
when
probably got heat sensing.
When was the last time you were in the bushes?
No, you know what I'm saying? They got heat sensing.
I bet they had sensors.
So he's probably doing heat sensing all along, and he saw the guy, and then he saw the muzzle sticking out. Because they're not going to tell you publicly how they found him.
Right.
But I'm sure it was heat sensing, right?
I bet you're right.
We did that the other day with the drone. And
yeah, but it was a hot day. And what?
Doesn't matter.
No, your body will come.
Doesn't matter
through.
The other day we were looking for.
Even if it's like over 100 degrees, like it was.
Honey, it doesn't. Yeah, your body will like give off.
Well, because it's a figure.
It's a You could literally, the other day we were doing drones, and we thought we saw a person when we were looking for it, and it was a deer. And we thought it was a person, and then we put it on regular, and it was a deer just chilling there.
So
You could see that stuff. It could have been a drone that found him too, by the way. Which
Good point.
Because we were using drones for that exact purpose. They probably, like they do in Afghanistan or in Ukraine, is fly the drones out in front of Trump like a hole or two over, and they're like looking over everything.
So it's interesting you said that. I saw a press conference that said that what their MO is they send the Secret Services agents out one hole ahead of Trump.
Yes.
And then they do they kind of like see what's going on, and then they let them come through and go.
I'm telling you, man. And he keeps on inflaming people. And then he comes out and says that Democrats, this is the crazy part.
Yeah.
Trump dispenses with unity and blames Democrats after apparent second assassination attempt. So basically, in a message posted on multiple social media platforms on Monday, Trump accused his opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris, and President Joe Biden of taking politics in our country to a whole new level of hatred. He said their rhetoric is responsible for threats and violence against him, even though they routinely denounce political violence and did so on Sunday. Trump's most powerful ally, billionaire Elon Musk, wondered in a tweet why nobody is even trying to assassinate Biden and Harris.
There you go. Elon Musk is a
jerk.
He's
dude.
become such a freak.
I will never buy a Tesla until the day I freaking drop dead.
I
will never. And I was so close. I was one of the close guys. He is such a fucking jagoff. John, you what do you think about that?
What do I think of Elon's tweet?
Yeah.
Just Elon.
Not a good idea.
Why is nobody trying to assassinate, so and so?
Like
Dude.
Yeah, I don't think he posed
for
that question, but
Yes.
and then he deleted it and then he
Right.
apologized.
Yeah.
Like he knew.
That's
so dumb.
Kevin.
Yeah, off the
Kevin,
rails.
that's a federal crime, right?
The way he said it, I
I
don't
think he
it
probably avoided that by saying like
I
somebody
would-
should.
Well, how about this? If you're a U.S. attorney, why don't you charge him? Make him go through the process. Give him.
God, that'd be interesting.
Why not? Like, if you
You want to make an example of somebody? There you go.
So, let's say as a U.S. attorney, I'm just going to charge Elon. He's probably going to beat us in this, right? But in the meantime, for the next year and a half or 2 years, Elon's going to be shitting his pants, wondering if he's going to be found guilty of making a threat to the president or the vice president. He's going to have to get lawyers. He's going to have to go to court. He's going to have to wonder every day. We're going to trash his reputation in the media in the meantime. And then at the end of the day, maybe he wins.
Yeah, I mean, I always think that prosecutors, they have kind of a code of ethics they have to follow, so you have to have
a code of
ability.
ethics, and then we're going to keep getting blasted away by these assholes.
No, I know. I understand that. There's unintended consequences of these type of things, and it's really dumb for Elon Musk, who's got that big of a microphone, to do stuff like that. I mean, what a jag-off. I just think it's, and I go back and forth with Elon. Right now I'm on the I don't like Elon train.
There it is.
But really, really dumb.
Here's what he said.
And no one is even... Yeah, sorry, John.
And no one is even trying to assassinate Biden/Kamala
with the thinking
emoji, yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
Or like confused, like I wonder why.
It's definitely worth
really
a little bit of an investigation. Like,
I would
take a look at it.
Open a grand jury, pull that up, just
Like,
make
what
this
what
guy
the
think.
F are you doing?
why not just make an example of him? Do we want everybody doing this?
No.
So if you're an Elon fan and you're like, yeah, that's a good question, I'm going to retweet it, right?
6.1 million views, by the way. Yeah, just really dumb. And I think the problem I have with Elon Musk is he just thinks he's like above it all and he can do whatever the F he wants to anyone. And I just think I don't like guys like that.
I hate Elon almost as much as I hate Trump, and I freaking hate Donald Trump. I can't stand him.
Careful. You're I
can't
hate
stand
Taylor
him.
Swift.
No, but I'm not running for president. And by the way, I have to make a decision on whether I'm voting for this asshole to be the commander in chief. And I think he's completely unfit. I wouldn't vote for him if he was running for mayor. He's completely unfit.
Well, his comment about Springfield, Ohio, kind of made me think he was running for mayor or something. It's like
they're
are we talking
eating
about,
the dogs of Springfield.
And I just think that, are you going to trust a guy like this with our nuclear weapons?
Nope.
That can't even restrain himself from. I mean, that's just. I don't know.
hate Taylor Swift.
It's just weird. He just sits, I think, and just stews, and he's by himself, and he has full control of his social media, which of course that's his right to have, and he just does what he wants. And this is what you get when you let somebody in that, I think, mental space do what they want. They just spew a lot of hatred and bullshit. I don't know.
I think one thing I disagree with you guys. One thing I definitely disagree with you guys on is the rhetoric isn't a big deal. It's from both sides. It is a huge deal. I think more people not with a level head on their shoulders are affected by this stuff.
Without a doubt.
Like the day after Trump's assassination attempt, Hillary's on TV saying he's a threat to democracy. I'm not saying it's just the Dems. It's both sides, and it's got to be dialed down, and it doesn't seem like it ever will.
But like when you have a guy that says, when I become president again, I'm going to be a tyrant for one day, or I'm going to do this to people, or I'm going to, like, he sounds like...
Go after my political opponents.
He sounds like a tyrant. He sounds like a dictator.
But to a lot of people in America, people feel like he has been prosecuted for... He's just saying he's going to do what everybody else has been doing to him
he hasn't been president. What's he been prosecuted for? That's improper, John.
Tom, which case do you want to start with?
I think everything that's happened to him is warranted. Like
every case against him is warranted.
Like what? I do. Absolutely. I feel like if I did half the shit Donald Trump did, there's no doubt I would have grand juries and indictments. There's no doubt. Like, and there should be no difference between Tom McDermott and Donald Trump. When we conduct ourselves inappropriately, there should be no difference between Tom McDermott and Donald Trump. And there is, John, an absolute difference. Donald Trump gets away with murder compared to what a person like myself could get away with, and compared to what you could get away with. Like, Donald Trump is treated specially.
So is Elon. Yeah, I mean, that's,
if I made a threat to assassinate the president, do you think I would get a second chance?
I think you'd be getting a letter from somebody.
Wait, are we talking about Elon?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't mean to mean to conflate it. Sorry.
Our country's so screwed.
I just think that, I mean, the one thing I've noticed over the last 20 years is just social media has taken over the dialogue, and that's just the world we live in now. And people's algorithms feed them what they want, and it just keeps feeding them and feeding them. And it's hard to get. Sorry, go ahead, John.
In Pennsylvania, there was a moment. There was like a flash moment where I thought, man, this might be it. This might be the moment where everyone realizes
tones it down.
We've crossed the Rubicon and we just need to dial it back. It lasted like 24 freaking hours.
If that.
And everybody was back at it. Both sides. Dude, it's ridiculous, man. It's just, I'm so exhausted the whole game, the whole political
I wish
game.
if the Republicans would have put somebody up differently, this country would be a lot better.
I agree.
Donald Trump is hated. Then he'll never bring the country together.
As much as I didn't like DeSantis, I mean, he's just, at least DeSantis is just a kind of a Republican that I don't agree with, but I don't hate him.
I don't hate him.
I don't like him, but I don't hate him.
He's a jagoff.
Yeah, but I'm not voting for him, but I don't hate him.
I wouldn't be.
I don't think he's somebody.
I wouldn't fear for the country.
Yeah, I don't think someone that's going to tear the country apart. Someone's going to like take our democratic ideals and and what our republic stands for and the Constitution and like trash it.
Portage County Sheriff. Portage is Portage, Michigan.
Ohio.
Portage, Ohio. Portage County Sheriff Bruce Zakowski said on Facebook, officials could send the illegal human locust to homes supporting the vice president.
Yeah, this guy.
Zakowski, who's running for re-election, suggested that people write down all the addresses of the people who had her signs in their yards, so that when the illegal human locust, which she supports, need places to live, will already have the addresses of their new families who supported their arrival. Okay.
Obviously, referring to illegal immigrants that are.
You know what they should do? Just put a star on them. It sounds so much easier. You put a star on them; they're easier to identify if they have stars on them.
There you go. Great idea, right?
Fucking.
So and
like a mini Third Reich. These guys, John.
It's bizarre. It just becomes. It just to me just seems so racially motivated underneath, or like it's just.
It doesn't.
Which is sad.
This is what I'm trying to say to you guys. The things that you hate so deeply don't just pop to the surface for no reason. This stuff, it's cause and effect on both sides, and it's building and it's building and it's building. One party does one thing, the other party reacts, and it's built to this boiling point. Do you guys not agree with that at all?
We could put somebody forward that actually bring the country together.
Okay, but Tom, this story right here,
right?
This story, like this racially motivated, this crazy, and I agree. Like, what are we doing here?
Right.
But you also have illegal immigrants for 4 years pouring in,
right,
killing American citizens,
not just for
killing
4 years,
our
John.
wives,
more
killing
than 4
your
years.
daughters.
More than 4 years.
And everyone goes, where did this hate come from?
But John, why did Donald Trump kill the immigration bill then? And he did.
I don't know enough about that bill.
Well, I do.
I don't know what else was in it.
Well, okay.
To comment on it. I'll just be honest.
I'm drawing conclusions. First off, I know the bill had bipartisan support. The Republicans supported it. Democrats supported it. The bill could have got through Congress if Donald Trump doesn't interfere with it. But he did. Why? Because it would have helped the problem.
It
would
have helped him. That's why he interfered with it.
Well, he interfered because immigration is such a good issue for him to campaign on. He doesn't want it fixed. He doesn't want us to come together and fix it. He wants us to keep fighting like this, John.
And then he
fucking
like this.
killed it. He killed it. And he did.
Here's what I don't get. This is not a.
But do you agree with that? Do you think Donald Trump killed it? Or
I don't know.
He absolutely did.
He did.
But here's beyond this bill, this quote unquote bill, and this is just a question, honestly. Illegal immigration is illegal right now.
Agreed.
Why do we need a bill to do something about it?
Because, John, the bill was going to put additional funding on the border. It was going to increase the amount of judges that were able to hear these cases that are just flooding our immigration courts, and it was going to strengthen the border. It wasn't going to do anything about making immigration legal or illegal. That was all staying in place. It was about funding. It was about the fact that we need resources down at the border to help stop this crisis.
And judicial resources.
Yeah, and that's what it was all about. That's why it was so crazy that Trump called in some votes and fucking squashed the bill. It was nuts.
He did it.
And then the result of that is posts like this, because it's red meat for the base of Trump, for Trump's base to say, yeah, look what's happening at the border. I mean, you don't have to go too far. Even the debate, it was like his, and God love him, that should have been one of the big issues for him. And that's what he's doing. He's using it as a big issue because it all started with him banging the bill.
So this is my question.
This is the result.
The sitting president needs a bill to actually do something about something that's already illegal. He can't just say
the sitting president needs a bill to fund the border because the legislature is the fiscal mechanism of our country. Okay. That's what it was for. It was for funding.
Okay.
Yeah. And so anyway, interesting enough, back to this Portage sheriff, it was interesting.
Portage, Ohio.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Portage, Ohio. I'm going to make that clear because we have a Portage right around where we are right now. The Portage County Commissioner, a Republican, was so angered by the post, he resigned from the county's Republican Central Committee, saying in a Facebook video that this is not the leadership I want to be a part of. And he added that the sheriff posted that we should all copy down the addresses of people that display political signs which are different from our beliefs. It scares people. It's called bullying, from the highest law enforcement official in Portage County, Ohio.
Where did locust come from? Like, he put that in quotes. I'm reading his tweet.
Locust
it's
is
right.
Yeah, it's like a swarming bug.
Biblical.
Swarming, right?
Mm-hmm. Swarm of
He
locusts.
is equating human beings with souls and feelings to bugs.
Swarm of bugs.
Locusts.
Yeah.
Locust, like destructive, swarming,
He's
annoying bugs.
minimizing who they are as people.
Elected official. Sheriff.
And he's a fucking sheriff.
I bet he's a Christian, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's in church every weekend, John.
Oh,
That's the
front
other
row.
one. Yeah.
Singing loudest.
Front pew.
The love is gone.
Kevin's
man.
favorite.
Yeah, front pew guys.
Even if you disagree with something, like you can't, you gotta hate it. You can't
I
still
agree.
love.
I
You
agree.
gotta hate, man.
And I do agree that most of this, Kevin said something earlier, that's fed by social media. I agree.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Like, since getting off Twitter, and I loved Twitter before I was, like, unceremoniously dumped by Elon. But, like, I don't miss it a damn bit. I feel like I'm out of the loop with the anger. I do. Twitter is an anger site. It is. I don't really feel like that anger anymore that I felt when I would look at this stuff and it would get me all fired up. Honestly, guys, I don't really feel like I'm missing anything.
Truth Social. You can go to Truth Social. There's some anger there.
I just sit on Facebook, and Facebook's very boring. I just
And
sit
TikTok.
on Facebook.
You're a TikTok guy.
No, but I don't really post much.
You're right.
Your Facebook's boring because you blocked everyone who pisses you off.
I do piss. I've been blocking Trumpers like left and right, dude. Not like because like John's a Trumper and I'm not blocking him, but if you post stupid shit, like I can't handle that, man. I don't want to see that. I'm not saying anything about you, John. I'm saying there's if I'm
you're safe, John.
I'm a Democrat, man, and I hate Donald Trump. I just do. Okay, I don't like him, and I'm not running for president, so I can say that. And I'm not going to vote for Donald Trump. But like when I see stuff that's like this, I don't agree with. I don't want to see it. No offense.
It's just the temperature's so high, and I just want it to go down to normal. And let's have a regular political discourse.
You didn't always feel this way, Tom. I mean, you didn't like him, but you didn't dislike him this much.
I agree with you, John.
What happened?
I think he's a jerk.
It's just gotten worse and worse for you.
He's a racist. Like I want everybody in America to love each other. I really do. I'm a moderate. I have Republicans in my family. I just want everybody to get along, like you were just saying. Mm-hmm. And he is the worst person that anybody could elect because he doesn't want to bring us together. He wants the Republican majority to be 51% and the Democrats to be 49%, and he wants to dictate. Fuck that guy. He's the worst. And I hope he loses in a monumental landslide.
Yeah, my big opinion on Donald Trump is just that he's so self-centered, egotistical, only cares about himself. I just don't feel like he cares about me or anybody else. I just think he's in it for himself.
I don't think he cares about anybody.
No, that's what I mean. He cares
about himself. I don't think
himself.
he cares about his family.
He's in it for himself.
I think he cares about
period.
Donald. And Donald. And he said something yesterday about, and John, you may have seen this. He said he was talking about, Steve Garvey. Everybody knows Steve Garvey, who's my age. Kevin and I know
Oh,
Steve
yeah.
Garvey. Steve Garvey's running for Senate or congressman in California.
Mhm.
And somebody was asking Donald about Steve Garvey. He's talking about baseball hero, dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know about that Steve Garvey. He hasn't come to me yet. So he's a Republican running under the Republican banner.
Yeah.
Donald Trump's running as
Yeah.
the Republican. And he's like, Steve hasn't gotten MAGA's endorsement yet. So until he comes to MAGA, then he's not even talking about the Republican Party. He's saying MAGA instead of the Republican Party.
Which is crazy.
MAGA is...
He's the nominee.
And he doesn't talk about the Republican. He's like, they have to come to MAGA for approval. And he hasn't come to... He's talking about fucking Steve Garvey, a Hall of Fame first baseman. Everybody knows this guy. Any baseball fan knows him. And he's talking like he's a chump. Like
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, I heard it last night. He's just a monster.
As a
dude.
Cubs fan, I'm not a Steve Garvey.
come
I
kiss
hate
the
Steve
ring.
Garvey,
I hate
dude.
Steve
I hate
Garvey.
Steve Garvey, but I feel
Not
bad
because
for
of
him.
politics.
Yeah,
because of
I hate
baseball.
Steve Garvey because he
Beat
pounded
the
the
Cubs
Cubs in the
constantly.
past. Yeah, I hate him.
All right, let's do some ads. We're going to come back. There's some interesting Navy and submarine news, and then we're going to finish it up by hyping up our Friday show.
Yeah, women on submarines. They have their first co-ed submarine. We're going to talk about it when we get back.
Speaking of
that's gonna
which,
be a party.
have you guys been following the Titan submersible
Yes.
case? Ooh, we should cover that because there's a lot coming out.
Yeah, final message.
recently-
Maybe we'll do it Friday.
The final message?
Yes,
was-
final
Here.
message. We're
Oh.
doing great.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. All right, we'll come back and talk
Are
about
you
it.
serious?
Yes.
That was the final message.
no.
And then we're dropping weights, which meant
We're
everything was
coming
fine.
up.
Yeah.
Everything was fine.
And then crunch
Yep.
instantaneously.
That's good.
Crunch.
It happened so quick.
Agree.
That's good. Yeah. Cantrell and Cantrell, attorneys at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? If so, give Cantrell and Cantrell a call and schedule your consultation with somebody who's in the court and at the jail every day, and somebody who fights. John doesn't take bullshit pleas, and if it's not a good enough plea, John will fight you in court and get not guilty verdicts like he did last week. He took a case that was being offered plea agreements he didn't like, took it to trial, and got the not guilty plea. So good job, Cantrell and Cantrell. 219-554-4LAW. 219-554-4LAW.
Calumet Brewing. Michelob Ultra is a superior light beer brewed for those who understand that it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Containing only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs, Michelob Ultra is a light lager brewed with the perfect balance of hops and wholesome grains, producing a crisp, refreshing finish. With Michelob Ultra, there's no better time to crack open a cold one. Head over to the Cal Brew or Michelob Ultra social media sites for info on this great family of beers. Enjoy the Michelob Ultra lifestyle with beers, and cheers responsibly.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortilla Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise. Are we? Okay.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon.
Oh, was that Mike?
Yes.
Oh,
Tortillas
shit.
Familia.
I blame Tom for that.
Tortillas Nuevo León,
There he
hechas
is.
con amor, para ti, tu familia, de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti, tu familia, de todo corazón.
For decades, the Ron J. Prestmer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. The Prestmer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. The Prestmer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout the Chicagoland and Midwest areas. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you.
Kuklakis Law. Are you facing legal challenges and don't know where to turn? Look no further than Kuklakis Law, your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana and Illinois. Do you need help buying or selling real estate? Call Kuklakis Law. For any new business, call Kuklakis Law. Injured in a car crash or at work, call Kuklakis Law. No matter what your legal issue is, call 219-671-6347 to schedule your free consultation. Who are you going to call? Kuklakis Law. Hablamos Español. Thank you to our sponsors, all of our sponsors, including our studio sponsor, the NECA IBEW Powering Indiana.
So I was not aware that co-ed submarines did not exist yet. I just assumed they did. I guess they have all women subs, and of course they have all male subs. But recently, the U.S. Navy launched the USS New Jersey SSN 796.
Can you tell us what is SSN?
It's a nuclear submarine. That's
Okay.
SSN is. They have SSN and SSBN. SSBN is a ballistic missile submarine. SSN is just a fast attack.
And do
sub.
they go like in order, like the numbers? So like yours is 709. Is this
Yeah.
like the 85th one or whatever built after
Right.
yours? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy.
Right. So the USS New Jersey is now commissioned and ready for service. It's a co-ed submarine. So women and men are serving side by side. That's the first time it's ever happened in the history of the United States Navy. So that's a big move forward. Obviously, I know a lot about submarines, and made me wonder how the Navy did it, because, there's things about submarines like the bathrooms.
It's just tight quarters to begin with, right? You have very limited
I'm trying to
space.
think. In my bathroom, I was by the biggest berthing area. Our bathroom had 1 shower, 2 showers, and 3 stalls, and 3 sinks. And there would
Total?
There'd be 4 people in there at one time, 2 taking a shower, a couple people brushing their teeth, 1 guy taking a shit. Like, that was a normal thing, right? Or going to the bathroom. Yeah, 1 urinal, 3 stalls, 3 sinks, 2 showers. And that was our main berthing. So, like, if there was a woman in there, like, you're going to see her naked.
Well, let me ask you a couple questions. Number one, was that situation for all the enlisted guys on the ship, or did that include officers and things like
enlisted
that?
Guys only.
Okay.
Chiefs have their own area, and officers have their own area.
How many guys would have to share that bathroom on your ship?
100.
I'm just guessing, like, how many enlisted guys were there?
100.
100 guys, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's man.
Did they have hot water?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
we had plenty of water. We were surrounded by it.
No, I know, but
Could just
hot
filter it in
water.
No, so we pull water in. So
Or were you taking cold showers?
No. But John, good question.
Yeah.
You have hot water, okay?
Okay.
Because there's tons of heat in the submarine because you have a nuclear reactor, right? And then there's tons of water because you're surrounded by it. But making fresh water is loud, and submarines don't want to be loud. So we would be very sparing with the water. Because,
did you guys desalinate it too?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you separate it, and then the brine, which is all the salt, you pump that over into the ocean. It was just like
sounds loud,
salty
though.
brine. It's the condenser's running all the time. But it's loud. Yeah, but when you're making water, yeah. So if you were being real quiet, you'd shut the condenser down and everything, and you have to preserve water, everything. So they wouldn't allow you to shower in cases like that.
So conservation at quiet times.
And sometimes quiet
We're
time is like for
listening to
a
the
month in a row.
Holy.
Like you're on, when we were like off the coast of Russia, literally off the coast of Russia, we were quiet for like weeks. You would have a signal on a submarine. They would turn half the lights off. If you wake up and you see half the lights off, you have to be quiet.
Wow.
And you're quiet all the time anyway. You walk around in tennis shoes. You're not working out. But during that time, you can't even watch movies. You go on watch. You can't do maintenance. So when you're off watch, you go to bed, which I loved. I would just sit there and read or listen to music. Yeah.
So that's small of a. So you were saying like you were wondering how it worked. Do you think they have separate bathroom facilities for women and men?
That was the big question I had. Is like, so, like, can I sleep in a rack right next to a woman? Like some of the racks like were big, meaning there was a top bunk. Like a lot of us senior squids would want to get the top bunk on purpose because the top bunk is open. It has like an open ceiling kind of,
and the bottom bunk you're looking at.
Like
the
a lot of
top
times
Space
there'd be like
up.
pipes and stuff,
Yeah.
and you could hang stuff in there.
Oh,
You could put
okay.
pictures on the pipes. I would have like a lot of us senior enlisted would go for the top bunk. So the only problem is you have to pull yourself up there and you have to strap in because if the sub is moving, you don't want to fall out of the top bunk. It's like 6-7 feet in the air.
Wow.
But once you get up there, you have not just your coffin space, you also have the unlimited top space.
Put stuff of your
Dude, I would hide all kinds of
I
stuff.
always-
You put candy up there, you put drinks up there.
I
stuff.
was always under the impression that you were you weren't always in the same bunk. You're saying you basically
on a run you would be.
Okay,
They
so
would
you actually
assign-
had your own bunk.
They would assign you bunks.
You'd share it, right?
Well,
Potentially
it
with
depends
shifts.
how senior you are. When
Gotcha.
I was brand new, I would have to share 3 people to 2 bunks.
Wow.
But when you're a senior, you had your own bunk.
Okay.
Okay.
For the run.
So let's say I wanted to have sex with one of my shipmates. I never wanted to when I was in there. Okay. But let's just say I did. Why? Would that be possible in a bunk? No, not in the bottom bunk. Too small. Middle bunk, too small. Top bunk? Yeah, you could fuck in that for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
Yikes.
So like if you're going to get down with your shipmate, you want a top bunk, right?
What does that make the guy right below you feel like?
Yeah, it's going to be
Probably
loud.
moist.
Jeez, Lindsay. What in the world?
That's the name of the episode. Probably
Yeah,
moist.
Probably moist. That is unbelievably.
No, I don't know. So like I was
even know what
thinking
to
to
say about
myself,
that.
how does this work? Do they keep the women and the men separate? Like I don't think you
They
could.
have to.
Well, they did. So the modifications they made aboard the submarine, more doors and washrooms.
Okay.
Separated sleeping and bathing areas for the coed crew, lowering overhead valves and making them easier to turn.
What's that about?
Dude, submarines, you have to contort your body in stupid ways to like just open a valve. It's crazy. It's a small place. So like sometimes you have to get on like a step stool to like open stuff up in
That's
the roof.
crazy.
So like, and women are not as big as men, and no offense, some of them aren't as. Some of them could kick my ass for sure, but some of them aren't as strong. So like, installing steps in front of the triple high bunk beds and stacked laundry machines.
So explain that.
The triple high bunk bed's 6 feet in the air. I mean, you have to pull yourself, like you have to grab it and pull your legs into the bunk.
Oh, there's no stairs or anything. You're literally grabbing yourself and pulling up. But now apparently there are.
There's stairs because I guess they're afraid that the women don't have the strength to pull their body up into the top bunk, I guess.
So now they got steps. Okay.
This isn't Tom saying this. I'm just reading off of what came out of
this. Stacked
laundry
laundry machines. What's that about? Like, what were the laundry machines?
High.
Okay, gotcha.
So like
would that be to double the amount of laundry they have on the?
Yeah, I guess.
If they're stacking them?
No, the laundry machines are always stacked. Oh. So maybe it's the same kind of thing as like the women are smaller.
Yeah, it says installing steps to the stacked laundry machine. So just to get up there and reach them.
By the way, everybody does laundry on the sub. Everybody. I did laundry on the sub. It's called Fire Watch. I literally watched a dryer.
Wow.
I had to do it for a week. I sat in front of the dryer. That was my watch. I read a lot of books, and it was very warm. Very warm.
In front of a dryer. Anybody's ever been in a laundry room?
What, honey?
Did you say that they have all women subs also?
I'm pretty sure. I know there's women submariners, so I imagine if this is the first co-ed sub, there's a sub that's all women.
They've already made these changes, then I'm assuming for a women-based sub.
Well, if it's all women, you don't have to make a change, right? You could have the normal berthing.
But your reasoning is that they're making these changes because women.
Yeah.
It says
in that regard.
Women,
in that regard, right?
This seems that it might be more of like a space-oriented change than.
Well, if you're going to have a co-ed crew, you have to have separate berthing. Apparently, Eventually, I bet you they don't do that. Eventually, they're just gonna.
They have co-ed bases and dorms and stuff.
There was
like that
when I was in the Navy,
Hun,
they had things called subtenders. It was not a not a battleship.
Okay.
Women when I was in could serve on ships that weren't battleships.
That's why they had them on tenders.
Right. So they'd be on tenders. They'd be on support ships and stuff like that. They'd be on shore duty. But I remember one time our tender is like a floating store for submarines. So they put a tender out in the middle of the ocean. And then if something breaks on your submarine, you go to the tender, and they have all their parts. So you part up there, and then you can sink and fix it, right?
Sure.
So I remember one year we were out on a ship, and our tender, we all went out and came back together, right? Mm-hmm. And when we got back into port, the tender had like a huge STD problem.
Oh.
And we were so pissed. We're like, these guys are out there having sex with each other. We're out
I want an STD problem.
Yeah, right. We had no STD problems on our submarine.
That's a good title.
Well, just real quick, because we're running pretty late here. This was an interesting stat. Their member of female sailors in the submarine force have tripled in the last 5 years, and as of August, 730 women were assigned to operational submarines.
Okay, I think equal opportunity to suffer.
Listen, man, being on a submarine sucks. It's hard. So, like, if they want to be on subs, God bless them. Mm-hmm. And I had to, like, there's some degrading shit you have to do on a submarine. Like, I had to go in nasty, cold, oily, disgusting bilges, and it's hard just to get down there. And then when you're down there, you're just literally wiping up gunk, and it's all over. Like, it was all over my body, just like wiping shit up and then painting. It was sucked, man.
Into the shower.
Yeah, like this is a hard job. So if women want to be part of it, God bless them. The way I see it, and quite frankly, I mean, I imagine, if this is how they do it, they're just going to keep it separated.
Helps integrate our armed forces.
There will be pregnancies and stuff that result. There will be.
Oh, there's going to be hanky-panky.
Oh,
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Locked
you know how
up
long
in
we'd
there?
be gone, dude?
Firewatch.
We'd be gone for, like, it'd be 3 a.m. Well, not only that, like, okay, imagine this. I was a nuke, and there was another nuke that's a woman, and there's 2 people on watch every night in the middle of the night.
Oh.
And it's an engine room that doesn't do anything. You're there just to make sure the reactor doesn't take off on you. Mm-hmm. And if you're down there and it's 2 a.m. and you're with your shipmate.
20-year-old kids.
Yeah.
Let's get it on.
Right? And nobody's there. Nobody's there. You could do whatever you want. And I mean, some of them are going to be married, of course. You're going to have problems with, like, marriages and stuff when they get back home.
And there are problems. Yeah. You mentioned on other shows that there are problems with marriages, and there weren't any women on the ship.
Dude, totally.
Yeah. It was got regular cameras all over the ships now, though, right?
I imagine. Yeah, because there's parts of the ship that are, even in a submarine, there's parts you can go to and be by yourself. I would do it all the time.
Tom, why don't you lead us into Friday's show and wrap us up?
Yeah, we got a guest on Friday. It's a great guest. It's a friend of mine. I've been friends with Abdul. He's a radio commentator in Indianapolis, talk show radio host, WIBC, I believe. I should probably know this better. But Abdul Shabazz is a right-wing talk show host in Indianapolis. He's a Chicago guy.
Finally.
John. No, I mean, I imagine he's
our
a Trumper.
John in Indianapolis.
He's a conservative radio host, and he also does TV.
I think in Indy, he's one of the top radio hosts, right?
Wow.
So like
Rokita kicked him out of his press conferences. Wouldn't let him in.
And
I remember that.
Yep, we're gonna talk about that.
Gabe Whitley, if you remember,
Another
Gabe's the one that did the parade in front of my house.
Trump parade
from Evansville. They came up, paraded in front of my house, and then drove back to Evansville.
Yeah,
Gabe
awesome.
Whitley is also enemies of Abdul.
Yes.
And Abdul and him went legally toe-to-toe. And we have
Abdul
results
did a good
on
job.
that
We're going to
as
hear
well.
all about it.
We're going to hear about that. So we got a good show coming up on Friday with a guy that knows how to be on the radio. John, he's going to Skype in, I'm pretty sure. So
Okay.
I'll have to get you two in touch.
Yeah.
But Abdul Shabazz is going to be on Friday's show.
So
which
please
I'm
tune
excited
in.
about. Yeah,
Great show.
Indianapolis, get us caught up on statewide politics, get us caught up on
Gabe Whitley.
the stuff that we don't talk about. So so it's going to be a good show on Friday. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Good to see you again, Linz. Thank you for being here. And
Yep.
thanks for working all night
Lindsay.
and coming right into Lockpod the next day. We appreciate it. And thanks to everybody for listening to Lockpod. We appreciate you, our fans. We're going to be back on Friday with Abdul Shabazz doing season 13, episode 6. Until then, I want to say thanks to Kevin, to John, and to Lindsay, and to all our fans, and to our sponsors. Thanks for listening to Lockpod. Season 13, episode 5 is out.